Log on to fitmanperformance.com for the latest and greatest truth about training, nutrition, recovery, and unleashing your inner greatness. And download your copy of my groundbreaking ebook, Use Speed to Get Lean, the Sprinting Handbook for Lifters at usespeedtogetlean.com. Hey everybody, it's your man Fitman, head performance coach at the Fitman Performance Center, and today's topic, we're going to get into another workout review of a hill sprint speed training session on the hill outside of my gym. So the greatest part about this workout here today is that it is November 9th in Abington, which is suburban Philadelphia for y'all that don't know. And it is 73 degrees. This is a phenomenal day. Sprinting feels so much better when it's warmer. You warm up faster. Your muscles are more pliable. You feel better. Sprinting in warm temperatures is ideal. So for us to get a 73 degree day in November of all months, I'll take it. And I love it. And a little fact for y'all, statistically, November is actually warmer than March up here in suburban Philadelphia and the Abington area. I was shocked. I didn't know. But November is actually statistically warmer than March. You can look it up. So what we've got going on here is that we are training acceleration and we are training maximum velocity. Remember, acceleration is how fast you can get from 0 to 60. How fast can you reach your top speed? Your maximum velocity is your top speed. We train it by training acceleration coming from a 4-point start and then going and trying to reach that top speed as fast as possible. And then we train our maximum velocity by having a lead in and acceleration zone, a head start. And then once we hit the cone, we turn on the burners and try to maintain and sustain that top speed for the required distance. So what we've got here is that we're going to do two 30-meter center hill reps. And the center hill is the hill outside of my gym. I haven't hit this hill for a 30-meter rep in a while. So me doing this right here today, this is the first time I've been out here doing these center hills in a long time. We've been out on the track all summer, recovering from those hamstring tears from the previous years. But to be back on this center hill is going to be a good litmus test as far as where I am in terms of power and speed coming out of the start position. Let's check out this first rep. All right, so it's decent, 476. Not spectacular. Just so you all know, my best center hill 30-meter is about 4.56, 4.57. So you can kind of see where I am in comparison to where my best time is. So 4.76, not super impressive, not horrendously terrible, but not where I want to be. I want to be back in the 4.6s. I want to be back in the high 4.5s. I want to take down that 4.56, 4.57 and get down to 4.55, get down to 4.54. It's all about improvement and getting better. And the only way to get better at the thing is that you've got to do the thing. And this is why we spend this time out here doing these acceleration workouts and working on these skills. Sprinting is a skill and you have to work on it, just like shooting a jump shot or throwing a football. You've got to work at sprinting to become great at it. All right, so we got rep number 2 coming up. I like to lean with it and rock with it just to get out some of that nervous energy before I sprint, because there's no other feeling in the sports like being in the starting position. Let's see what rep 2 looks like. Woo, 466. Now that's a good sign. That's a really good sign that I was able to get under 4.7 for my first time doing these 30-meter center hills in a while. Let's see what this 10-meter fly looks like. That's a decent time, 1:30. Just so you all have the reference point, my best time on the 10-meter fly at the center is a 1:25. So you can kind of see what's going on. Average person will say, well, you're close, but in a short race, that's a pretty big gap. So 1:30 is decent, but we need to do a bit better to prove that we're back in the game here. So let's see what this second rep looks like. Wow. Okay. So a rare thing that happens in sprinting is when you run the same time back to back. That's just rare, but it just happens. So, and now there was a third rep there in which I sprinted slower and went 1:32, but I forgot to push the record button. And what we call that is training brain. That's when all the blood goes into your body, into your legs, and it leaves your brain. And then you don't think straight and you make little mistakes like not hitting the record button. But 1:32 was that final rep. So overall, this was a decent workout. I definitely was better at the acceleration sprints today than I was in the flies. And I say that because 466 is only a 10th off from my all-time best. Now remember, September 2019 through June 2020, I did not sprint. So you're probably wondering, well, how did you retain your power? How did you keep yourself powerful enough to at least be within striking distance of your hill sprint PR? What did I do? I jumped. I did a ton of jumping from September until June. Why? Because jumping didn't hurt. It didn't hurt my hamstring. And jumping allowed me to continue to build power. Now, the first few months, it was all vertical jumping. A lot of standing vertical jumps, a lot of run-up vertical jumps, because in the beginning of the injuries, the broad jump hurt, because when you're doing the broad jump, you've got to push those hips back. And my hamstring couldn't handle it at the beginning. But as time went on, I was able to broad jump without pain. So jumping helped me to retain a lot of the power that I had developed with sprinting. Now, jumping isn't going to be enough to get me to the 100-meter line, because at some point you've got to sprint. But what this does prove is that if you're injured and you can jump, you should jump, because jumping helps you retain and build power, which is what you need when you are coming out of a 3 or a 4-point start, or coming out of blocks. You need that burst of power in order to post good time. So that 466 is very encouraging. And as far as those flies go, the flies day, it was just an average day. There's not anything to really talk about here. Those times have to come down. 1:32, 1:30, 1:30. They're just not good enough. And, this is the advantage of having the Freelap timing system. It allows you just to get these unbiased times. I've seen over my career, I've seen guys run the 40-yard dash. I've seen coaches start to watch after the guy already took a step. I've seen all these tricks, and they gas these kids up and they give them these fake times. You went 4.5, you went 4.6, you went 4.3. I've seen it all. But hand timing is not accurate. Even the most accurate hand timer in the world is not going to be able to get your time as accurate as electronic timing. And that's why I love the Freelap. That's why I invested into the Freelap. It was one of the first purchases I made after I opened up my gym. The Vertec and the Freelap were purchased, I think, in the same month. I think that was February of 2017, because it's such an objective, great tool. It holds you accountable. And the only way that you're going to get better, not just in the training game, but just in life, you've got to be willing to be accountable. If you've got no accountability in your training program, with your diet, with your recovery, how can you expect to get better. Accountability. This is how we run our training program. This is how we ran this training program for the last decade. All accountability. 3 weeks on, hard training, 1 week deload. Look at the numbers. How do we improve? Repeat, 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 repeat. And we keep doing the same thing. And what happens over time? We are faster. We are more muscular. We are leaner. We are smarter. We are stronger. This is what happens when you have accountability. I got no yes men around me. We got no yes men, no yes women walking around the center, pumping people up, telling them how great they are. That's all fake hustle. It's all about, okay, well, you did that. Well, how can we improve to make it better? And that's how you get better. So thanks for checking out the workout. We'll get into week 2 next week. It's your man Fitman. Holla at a trainer when you see me at the center.